Hi moms! Today I want to talk to you about detoxing. It can be very confusing for some people and it took me years to understand, so don't feel badly if you just feel as if you're not catching on yet. Detoxing is what we do to help the cells lose all the inflammation. I want you to imagine that a brain on fire means an inflamed brain. If there's an inflamed brain, there's an inflamed system. What we do is eat very simple food so that the body has a lot of energy to go into the cells and remove all the toxins that it's been holding on to. Those toxins for different children could be something like heavy metals. For other kids, it could be just different types of food that they've been eating, whether that be gluten or dairy or any kind of food. If you have a leaky gut, many foods that you would normally be able to digest are not digestible with a leaky gut because they go right out and they cause inflammation. So what we want to do is be able to heal our gut. How do we do that? Two ways. Number one is you're going to remove all the triggers from the diet. Whether or not there is a sensitivity or an allergy to these foods, such as gluten, dairy, preservatives, refined sugars, dyes, processed food, and corn, you want to remove them because they're just very, very difficult to digest right now. And the body is in a healing crisis, so we want to be really careful and gentle with the body. Once you remove those, you just feed regular, simple food. Fruits and vegetables, chicken or beef or fish, red potatoes, brown rice, basmati rice, and just feed them. Simple foods. You can give them a smoothie, strawberries, bananas, blueberries, frozen bags of those you can buy, and just almond milk or rice milk. You can buy cashew butter, almond butter, and you can put it on a very simple gluten-free based bread, such as Deland's Bakery that you can order online. You just want to make the name of the game simple food. What then starts to happen, because you've stopped adding gasoline to the fire, the body is now able to go in and use its energy, since it's not using so much energy to digest all these hard to digest foods, and it can start eliminating from the cells that which it sees as toxic. When this elimination begins, this detox begins, you will actually see more behaviors oftentimes with your children. If you really pulled all the triggers like I just said, on like day 7, you might have a wacky child. They call it yeast die-off. They're just gonna go through that for several days, and usually by like day 10, you see a nice change in them. And by day 14, you definitely see a change. But if you have a child who has tics and twitches and things of that nature, that often takes longer. Your goal is to just keep freeing up the body to come back into balance and to find homeostasis, which is what it's trying to do. But when we feed it hard to digest foods, the body stops. The body stops that elimination and has to go work on the new food to be digested. And if you added like a gluten or a dairy or something like that, that's gonna leak right through the gut, and that's gonna add even greater inflammation. So not only are you hindering the detox process, you're harming the system because you're adding what the body considers to be toxic at this time. The other part of this detox that you should understand is that your children will seem insatiable during the height of the detox. That's because when the body starts to eliminate all of these toxins, it goes back to the circulatory system, back to the brain. You feel horrible. You know, it's like garbage in, garbage out. You're going to feel it again. And the child just wants to stop that uncomfortable feeling. It's kind of like if you were hungover and your body is detoxing alcohol, you want to have maybe some greasy fries or a bagel or something. You don't realize this, but you're doing it to stop the elimination and give yourself a moment of calm. So your children will do the same thing. This is why these kids seem insatiable. It's because every time their body gets a break and starts to detox itself, a lot of times this will happen at night. A lot of kids who are on meds all of a sudden go off the wall at night. They start detoxing the medication. They start detoxing what was in their systems from the day, and then they're off the wall at night. It really does make perfect sense why a child can act the way that they do. It's like they are in this perpetual cycle of detox, elimination, and then they feed, they calm down, and then detox, elimination. So what you want to do is break the cycle by giving them simple, very boring food as close to nature as it was intended, and allow the body to now heal itself and bring itself back into homeostasis. Once the gut is not as compromised, you start adding supplements. See, if the gut is still very compromised and you add supplements, they really don't get absorbed. So you want to really heal the gut. You want to bring the diet in, and then you want to add the supplements to supplement the diet, right? You don't just add supplements and have a leaky gut, because that's not going to bring healing. But you do the diet, and then you bring in the supplements, and you will see evidence of healing gradually, suddenly. So just let the body do what it's trying to do, and have faith that feeding real food will bring healing. Thanks, moms. You got this.